Three games, 8 goals conceded, 3 goals scored, and 3 losses. Manchester City are struggling, and trust me, I'm not. I'm laughing, but it's actually very funny because we've conceded 8 goals in 3 games: 2-1 to Tottenham, 2-1 to Bournemouth, and 4-1 to Sporting Lisbon. Damn. Damn, even Bernardo Silva said after the Sporting Lisbon game that he can't remember the last time Man City lost 3 games in a row like this ever since he came to Manchester City. Like, honestly, we're struggling. But if anyone out there has been watching Manchester City, you'll know that the signs were there, this was coming. And let me take it back. If you actually watch the game against Inter Milan, Inter Milan had moments. They were actually hitting us on the counter and they were getting into very, very dangerous positions, but they failed to take their chance. Now, Arsenal, the Etihad. It was the dying minutes wonder from John Stones. Arsenal almost got 3 points from the Etihad. I would say that day the god of football just decided to come through at the Etihad, and we were able to get a point. Against Fulham, we won the game, but Fulham had moments, especially the towards the end where um what was his name? This guy outpaced Walker, and you are like, what is happening here? Really, what is really happening here? Now against Wolves, it was like a late winner also from John Stones as well. So the signs have been there. There have been signs that there's something wrong with Manchester City. Yes, we've been like getting the result, but the signs have been there that there's something wrong. There's just something different about Manchester City so far this season. Now against let me talk about the Carabao Cup, the first loss. That one, Pep Guardiola, I've always said he will play kids there, but still, that's not my problem. It's just the loss is never my problem. It's just the way teams are having counter against us. There's no way you play full 90 minutes of football and the other team will have a chance. It's not possible. They'll have one or two, but whereby you are actually letting them have more. That is where it's a problem. Like, we're coming up against teams and they're having more than one or two counter attack. They could have like 3, 4 in a game. They could have like 3 or 4 in a game against Bournemouth. How that game ended 2-1, I really don't understand. That should have been 4 or 5. Sporting had Sporting could have scored more than 4 because they got into very, very good positions on the field, and the few they got, they took their chance. So my problem is just the rate at which we are letting teams counter against us. If they have one or two in the whole of in the 90 minutes and we're still able to limit them, like if they get the first one, they didn't take it, and they get the second one, they didn't take it, then okay, you're still able to handle the situation and you're able to close those gaps whereby they're not getting anything. That's fine. But if they're getting one, two, and they see they've not gotten their chance, and they're still getting more, definitely they'll score a goal. And against Sporting, we were not at our best. We really were not at our best. The way they were just cutting through us. Now, let's talk about our defense. When you look at Arsenal, when you look at Arsenal, if Arsenal's everything is okay for Arsenal, all their players are fit. It's Ricardo Califori, Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White. Arsenal back four. When you talk about Liverpool, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, and maybe Robertson. But Man City, you can't talk about Man City's back four. Constant back four that if there are 70 games in the season, these are the back four that will play at least almost 50 of those games, and the others you can rotate per se. That will play almost 50 games out of that 70, and the others you can rotate. There's no constant Man City back four. This week it could be Josko Vardio, Netiake, Diaz, Walker. Next week it could be Walker, Akanji, Stones, Josko Vardio. Like, there's no constant Man City back for, or maybe Rico Lewis per se. So the defense now, we need to find a solution whereby we know our back for. Yes, I know there are players on injury, but even when these players get back, even when they get back from injury, we need to have a constant back four that we can use for the season. We need to have a constant back four. And for me, if you ask me, my preferred back four will be Akanji, Diaz, John Stones, Josko Vadio, or it could be Akanji, Diaz, Netiake, Josko Vardio, whereby Josko Vardio is moving, bumping forward to help in the attack, and Netiake is covering up since he's more left-footed per se. So we need to have that constant back forth, and that is one of the problem because the more we keep changing, it affects the rhythm. It really affects the rhythm as compared to a team that is more stable, whereby they know, okay, this the two center backs know, okay, week in week out, this is the guy this is the guy that I'll be with for every game. Now let's come to the midfield. We all know Rodri is a very important player for Manchester City. And last season when we lost games, now last season when maybe Rodri is out due to maybe red card or something, we might just have maybe two draws, one loss. But this season, that's the difference. This season is loss, loss, loss. Last season should be maybe maybe a draw and a loss, but this is just loss, L. So Rodri, of course, we're missing Rodri, but then again, that's not an excuse to 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 allow teams to be getting so many counter attack. I think Pep Guardiola should be able to find a solution to stop teams from having too many counter attack against us. Yes, of course, like I said, Rodri is a very important player, but I think Pep needs to find a solution for the back line and especially in the midfield. I don't trust Kovacic to play a good job there. Yes, I think Kovacic is that guy that he needs the defense, he needs the DM to be there. Then why him is up there doing his thing and helping in few situations, because for me, my problem with Kovacic is he has too many touches on the ball. He always wants to dribble, carry the ball forward and all that, and it can lead to a counter attack whereby you lose the ball per se. So I don't think Kovacic is doing a very good job there. He has tried in some games, but for the long run, I don't think it's sustainable with Kovacic there. Gudogan, ever since his return, has not been the same, and I'm just hoping maybe in the last 20 games of the season, where we all know in the past Gudogan start hitting the form, starts coming through. I hope it will be like that. That's why I'm not really counting him out. I'm just hoping, okay, hopefully towards the last 20 games where he will start getting into his rhythm. Hopefully, where it really matters in the season. Kevin De Bruyne has been injured for a very long period of time. Nunes has been the one even carrying the team. Nunes has been the one carrying the team. He has been so in the last few games. He has been trying he has been trying in the team as well. But can Nunes do a good job there? I don't think so. So Pep and his team, they need to go out there and find a solution. Either maybe they just need to go out there and find a solution from stopping, like just to limit teams from having too many counter attack, because there's no way you'll play a full 90-minute game and the team won't have an opportunity to score you. But whereby okay, they get two and that's it for the full 90 minutes, and the rest you're able to stop them, you're able to limit them, then that's fine. But now where teams are having more than one, like more than two. Bournemouth, Sporting, like they were having more than two counter attacks, so it's a problem. So Pep and his staff and his team, they need to find a solution, and of course Pep Guardiola can see this. Hey, I'm very sure he can actually see, because if we that don't really have the experience like him can see it, of course him and his team, they can actually see that there's something wrong, there's a problem. And talking about our attack, Erling Haaland is the one that has scored lots of the goals, and it just feels like if Erling Haaland doesn't fire, maybe the other guys don't fire, and that could be worrying as well, because if Erling Haaland gets injured, that's the problem, because Phil Foden has not really gotten into his rhythm like that. Bernardo Silva has not really scored. Doku is not really scoring. Savinho has not scored. It has been more of assists. On the left-hand side, Jack Grealish too has not really hit the ground running due to injury as well. So the other guys in the front, guys in the attack, they need to step up, because if Haaland gets injured now, wow, we'll have to because we'll have to rely on them to start scoring goals, and none of them have really put in those numbers. If I think I don't it seem- if, I think, I'm very sure Josco Vadio has more goals than some of them up front there. So it just feels like if El Haaland is not firing, No one else up front is firing. Hence, the midfield and also the attack, Pep and his team, they need to just. There's a lot of work to be done. Honestly, there's a lot of work to be done, especially in that defense and in the midfield. There's a lot of work to be done, especially in the defense and the midfield. So, um, will Pep find a solution? Of course, I trust Pep Guardiola to find a solution to this. And now my worry is next game is Brighton, and Brighton they are not an easy team. Brighton are not they are not easy. Honestly, they are not easy. And if we lose to Brighton, it could be very bad. And after Brighton, I think it's a national break. And when we get back from the international break, the next game is Spurs. So we need to get back on winning ways. If we can win the Brighton game and we use that same momentum to we at least win the Brighton game, then go for international break, and when they come back, of course, new mindset. So it will be very good if they go out there and win the Brighton game. But honestly, it's worrying. The rate at which teams are actually hitting us on the counter it is worrying. I'm really really worried because if Pep don't find a solution to this problem, to this issue, I think this could be the season where a team will come to the Etihad and they'll win. We've not lost in the Etihad for a very long period of time, and maybe this could be the season where we'll lose at the Etihad. This could be that season where we'll lose at the Etihad. It could be that be in the Champions League or in the Premier League. But if something is not done, we could actually that record could be broken at the Etihad this season because that midfield is not it. The defense line is not it. For the attack, the other guys they need to step up and start scoring goals because Erling Haaland can't be the one scoring all the goals. But let me know what you think, guys. Let me know in the comment section. Please do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you very much.